Friends, what I'm about to tell you has once again shaken the world of entertainment. The protagonist, as always, is the charismatic and controversial Turkish actor Can Yaman. But this time, it's not about a new series or an advertising campaign. This time, Can has taken a step that has caused a real earthquake in his family life. It all began with a surprise trip to Istanbul. At first glance, it looked like a simple vacation with his current partner, Sarah Bluma. But behind that visit was something much more serious. Can had decided to officially introduce her to his family and at the same time announce a crucial decision. He and Sarah planned to get married in the United States. What was supposed to be a joyful moment turned into a family drama. Can's mother, Yaman, didn't welcome Sarah as warmly as expected. On the contrary, she was cold and distant. According to sources, she directly told her, "You can't do this to Demet." Yes, Demet Özdemir, the woman with whom Can lived an unforgettable love story, is still very much in his mother's heart. Despite the rejection, Can didn't back down. For the first time, he stood up to his family. He replied firmly, "Whatever happens, I'm marrying Sarah. We're going to the United States. If you want to come, you're welcome. If not, that's your decision. But Sarah and I are getting married." These words changed everything. Can, who had always followed his mother's advice, showed an unexpected determination. Gildem was devastated. Even her husband, Yaman, chose to remain silent, raising doubts about his stance. Sarah, for her part, showed surprising strength. She remained calm, always by Can's side. While social media was divided, some see her as an intruder, others as a brave and loyal woman. She clung to one truth, Can's love. "When he looked into my eyes and said, 'I'm marrying you,' nothing else mattered," she reportedly told a friend. Meanwhile, wedding plans move forward. Rumor has it the ceremony will take place in Los Angeles or Miami. Simple but elegant. Some actor friends have reportedly already received invitations. But the big question is, will Gildem attend? Will she finally accept her son's decision? Amid the storm, one name keeps coming up, Demet Özdemir. Her silence has been interpreted in many ways. Some see it as maturity, others as a sign of hidden pain. What's certain is that she hasn't said a single word, and that hasn't gone unnoticed. It's clear now that Can Yaman is no longer just a famous actor. He's a man taking control of his life, defying expectations, even confronting his own blood for the woman he loves. If the wedding in the US takes place, it won't just be a marriage. It'll be his declaration of independence. A new beginning. And you? Do you think his mother will forgive him? Will peace return to the Yaman family? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more stories like this. And as always, thanks for being here. Sometimes I stop to think what it must be like for Demet Özdemir to watch all this from afar. I'm not just talking about her past with Can Yaman, but everything that has followed. I imagine she, like many of us, has felt a mix of sadness, confusion, and maybe a bit of fear. Because seeing someone you once knew closely getting lost in noise and questionable choices, that hurts. What I admire most about Demet is exactly that. Her ability to stay grounded in the midst of scandal. She doesn't respond, doesn't get involved in drama, doesn't use social media to shout or defend herself. She stays silent, a silence that speaks volumes, a silence louder than any interview. In today's world, where everything becomes spectacle, that's a true act of dignity. Many might say she's made mistakes too. Maybe, but I see a woman who knew when to walk away, who prioritized her mental health, her career, her essence, who didn't seek attention through scandal, but let her work speak for itself. Mature people don't need to shout to be right. I've read many comments that reflect exactly how I feel. Some wonder how Demet must feel seeing Can with someone who, for many, represents a toxic environment. Others express respect for her silence and for not falling into the media trap. And I can't help but think that, deep down, Can's transformation is also a response to the void she left behind. Because let's be honest, not everyone knows how to deal with the pain of losing someone important. Some evolve, others get lost. And unfortunately, that's what we're seeing now. Demet, on the other hand, has continued her journey, quietly, but with firm steps. Her career is thriving, her projects are successful, and her name is linked to awards, not scandals. It's easy to judge from the outside, but I see a woman who has learned, who has grown, who chose the harder path, the path of coherence. In a world full of noise and falsehood, that's an act of courage. I don't know if she looks back with anger, nostalgia, or indifference, maybe all of them at once, but I'm sure she's at peace with her choices. Because when you act with a clean heart and a clear conscience, you always find your place. Demet didn't need to shout or prove anything. Her silence, her work, and her presence speak louder than words. And that's why, to me, she's not just a great actress, she's a woman of admirable strength. Now, more than ever, I believe Demet represents a generation of women who don't need external validation to feel worthy, who don't beg for love, who don't chase after anyone. Women who understand that love starts with oneself. And anyone who doesn't understand that doesn't deserve to stay. Maybe that's why she bothers some people, because they can't control her, because she doesn't perform to please the crowd, but to stay true to herself. In a world where it's easy to sell out, she chose to protect her soul. And that, even if it's hard, is what truly leaves a mark. So no, Demet doesn't need to shout to be heard. Her silence, her elegance, her strength in the storm say it all. And even if many want to see her as the ex, the one left behind, the truth is this: she's the one who moved forward without losing herself, the one who didn't fall into the ego trap, the one who inspires more women than most will ever realize. Demet isn't perfect, but she's real. And in these times, that's an act of true courage.